see it, or he just got lucky. He sees these Zerglings coming out, and he brings back enough Stalkers to deal with them. Although LoSera might get us around here. Nope, no chance from LoSera, and LoSera would be smart to just hit this mineral line, but it doesn't seem like he's doing that. He's trying to get in there. He's clearly doing a lot of other things on this map, bringing this other force in here, these roaches, to just double team, and he's actually just used that as a distraction, it looks like, to try and hit this third. Most of his army is here, and he's going to probably hit this pile and get these warp gates down. He's going to go ahead and engage, actually. Good blink micro from MC, though, making sure that his stalkers stay safe. He's not individually blinking them back, though, which is a very smart move that we see occasionally from these high-end players, and we see these Dark Templars getting involved now, so that's going to be enough to kill LoSera. At this point, LoSera did get that pylon during that exchange, and it was a really nice Nidus Orb there to just sort of, he didn't really put too many Zerglings into it. It looked like he had about 15 or 20 in that, which is something he can definitely sack those. Looks like he got a little bit of that mineral line, so that was a good play from him. He didn't actually hit this third, though, but he did use that. Really great APMs clearly from LoSera. He did use that. He did 2 attacks, and he expanded into this high yield in the middle, so that was well done from him. And we see he's looking like he's just using these Zerglings to scout. MC also looked like he was scouting. Great blink there to get away. And here we see MC making a move, it looks like, on this high yield. And I'm not sure if he knew this was here, but it's a good guess. If he didn't, if he did, it's great that he moved on it so quickly. Interesting, we're not seeing blink to get all these stalkers in. He's going to save it, though. It looks like another great force fields from these sentries, and those are perfect force fields. There's no other way to describe them. Perfect force fields from MC, keeping those Zerglings from getting a full surround on his units, and just using the time to kill that hatchery. But we see LoSera just was like, all right, fine, and went right for that third, it looks like. He's going to split his forces, even more interesting. Meanwhile, MC went ahead and got that robotics facility during those battles, and looks like he went right into Colossus to deal with these Zerglings. And that is the bulk of LoSera's force at this point as well, so that is a smart play from him. Those roaches seem to have been phased out, and the immortals obviously aren't as good against Zerglings as Colossus are, so it's a good play from but we see LoSera transitioned. The reason there were no more roaches, he transitioned into mutes, and he's going to use these mutes to harass, it looks like. MC doing a good job getting stalkers back here, and he does have blink, so interesting that LoSera would do that, because blink stalker is pretty good against Ulyss, as long as the player is sort of all there. But we see both players doing great APM work right now. There's so much going on in this game right now. You see the expansion at the high yield, by the way, is back, and there is also a 5th expansion coming down. If you take a look on the mini map from LoSera at this point, and MC has really been defending heavily here. Those Zerglings, by the way, getting into that main, and while this main doesn't really need to be saturated, there's not too much in terms of minerals left here. Surprised it took MC that long to get over there, and we see LoSera just keeping constant pressure on in this game, getting that 5th and that high yield up quickly, so he's going to be a full 2 expansions ahead, and that high yield in particular is very, very important for LoSera in terms of mineral advantage. We see MC actually did put a pylon back here after that Nidus Network came in, and smart play from him, because that is normally where you'll see Zerglings try and come down. But we see LoSera doing a great job getting this saturated really quickly, which is always smart, particularly on this map, to get your high yields saturated as quick as you can, because they are very difficult to defend. So the longer you can have workers of some kind working there, the better. We see these Colossus doing a very, very good job at wiping up these Zerglings, and LoSera has to transition a little bit here. Wouldn't be too surprised if we just see him go into mutes and maybe back into roaches, because these Zerglings are going to struggle against these Colossus unless the mutes can get them down quickly, micro them down, maybe flank them somehow. MC's going to be in a very good position here. He's got a ton of stalkers to deal with those mutes, so LoSera's going to have to be very, very cautious with how he uses them. Now we see he's used them down here to harass this third, hit a couple pylons, take these warp gates offline. Warp gates, by the way, MC is probably up to about 8 or 9 at this point. We see these Zerglings coming in here, hitting this second expansion of MC. MC is now back, though, and here we go, folks. These Zerglings are trying to get us around, but you see on this left flank, these Colossus are here, but you see they have let themselves open to these mutes, but MC doing enough to keep them away, and nice Guardian shields from those sentries. He's used those sentries well all game, and to keep one of these Colossus in particular alive. And we see that there is ground armor upgrades coming, as well as flyer upgrades, level 2 actually, from LosirA. Now we see MC has put these cannons here to provide support for these stalkers, and LosirA losing a lot of his mutes there. He's got to be more careful, but we see he is just sort of the king of misdirects at this point. We see him using these Zerglings very, very effectively. Going to get into this mineral line, and actually he's not going to hit the mineral line. He's going to go ahead and go right directly for the Nexus. He's going to take it out. It looks like it's going to be very, very close. Now he does get that. And in terms of minerals right now, he is very, very far ahead. But in terms of army composition, take a look at the units tab. It's stacked in MC's favor. So it's micro versus macro right now, army versus minerals, and it's very close, honestly. LosirA, though, has a very good map control at this point. He's got 5 bases. He did lose this high yield, but this 5th over here is very well saturated at this point, and I'm not even sure if MC knows it's there. Take a quick look. MC does not know it's there, but it looks like he's heading there right now anyway. You see these mutes are being used very, very effectively, and down here more Zerglings coming in, and we see a Templar Archives researching Psychonic Storm at this point, so would love to see some High Templars. Dark Templars coming in though right now, and these seem to be what is MC's choosing to deal with those Zerglings with. Very, very smart move. Now we see MC moving in on this 3rd of LosirA's. He's leaving this Colossus out here though, which I don't know about that. He's sort of splitting his forces here, could be dangerous, but we see, oh my goodness, LosirA is just in here with Zerglings at this point. He is hitting that main like there is no tomorrow, and this 2nd is in trouble. The 3rd as well, the 3rd just coming back up. We see these mutes are here, so it looks like LosirA just going ahead and attacking. We see meanwhile over here MC has dealt with this 3rd. The 3rd is gone. LosirA's got to be a little bit more cautious though, because honestly at this point MC's army composition is much, much higher. We take a look over here at these drones desperately trying to stop these zealots from killing this hatchery, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Meanwhile down here we see these Templar Archives are gone, so unfortunately it looks like no High Templars. Production has pretty much ceased from both players at this point, and it looks like it's just going to be you know, who can kill who quicker. We see there is one High Templar here. If he can get a storm in, now it looks like he's just going to go ahead and morph these all into Archons to deal with these Mutalisks, and he does get a lot of those Zerglings with those Archons. Meanwhile over here the natural is gone. MC is now into LosirA's main, and it looks like what it's gonna happen is both players are gonna lose everything, and then they're just gonna probably meet in the middle. It's a very interesting game. This natural now gone from MC. The main looks like it's going down pretty quickly. We see a hatchery back here from LosirA, so he doesn't get revealed if he loses all of his hatcheries, which he has, by the way. His main is now gone. Meanwhile, these cannons doing some decent work, but it's going to come down to micro here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a very, very close game, and if I had to pick right now, the edge is definitely going to MC. Take a look at the units tab. 36 Stalkers, 2 Colossus against 6 Mutes, 47 Zerglings. It should be absolutely no-brainer. As long as MC does well here, he should be absolutely fine. Bringing these Stalkers in, and LosirA, yeah, LosirA knows better. These Blink Stalkers are going to absolutely tear through these mutes, and it's interesting that we didn't see him go back and try and defend a little bit there, because at this point in the game, or a couple minutes before this, like 3 or 4 minutes before the end of the game, he was pushing there, not even concerned that MC was advancing on him. Very interesting play. He sort of just took a gamble there, and it didn't really work out for him because MC has much more units. The thing is LosirA put a lot of units into harvesters, and when you do that, your army composition isn't going to be, or your army just in general, isn't going to be as big as your opponents, because they're putting all their minerals and Vespian into their army, obviously. And so MC took advantage of that, and while LosirA's macro was clearly better than MC's, MC did a good job using his advantage in terms of only having 2 or 3 bases at the most to convert those minerals and gas into units. So now the series goes to 1-1. We're going to a 3rd game, sudden death between oGsMC and LosirA. I hope you guys stay tuned for that one. It will definitely come out quicker than this one has taken us to get out. Once again, we're sorry for that. And I'll see you guys next time. This has been Kuze for the Contraband Esports Network.